The situation we want to illuminate today is the shooting down of the Malaysian Airlines Flight 17. And I'm going to read word for word some of what was said in reporting of the event, and I invite you to listen and listen closely. Obama called on Russia Monday to get pro-Russia separatists to stop impeding the crash investigation. The incident has suddenly and dramatically escalated U.S.-Russian animosities. We know that these separatists have received a steady flow of support from Russia, said Mr. Obama. In March, Russia annexed Crimea. Then, Moscow pushed on, supporting the separatist rebels in the eastern Ukraine who want to break away and join Russia. This is a quote from John Kerry. We hope this is a wake-up call for some countries in Europe that have been reluctant to move, he said. The way Russia is currently playing this dual-track policy, say one thing, do another, is really threatening both the larger interests as well as that region and threatening Ukraine itself. The United States, meanwhile, presented what it called powerful evidence that the rebels shot down the plane with the Russian surface-to-air missile and training. Although other governments have stopped short of accusing Russia of actually causing the crash, the U.S. was ahead of most in pointing blame on Moscow for the downing of Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 that killed all 298 people aboard. Russia is supporting these separatists. Russia is arming these separatists. Russia is training these separatists. Secretary of State John Kerry said on CNN's State of the Union. Now, here's the news. None of what I just read is what happened. None of it. None of what I just read, none of what has been reported is what actually happened. What I read lives in a particular context, which is a context of generalization. What those all are generalizations, not facts. This is from CNN. The headline: Did Russia pull the trigger? Ukraine says yes. Well, here's the facts. Russia can't pull a trigger. Show me a country pulling a trigger. It's a concept. It's a generalization. Russia can't pull a trigger. It can't do anything. The only thing that can take an action, pull a trigger, shoot a gun, anything like that, the only thing that can take an action is a human being, not a generalization. Life doesn't happen in general. It only happens in specific. Here's what actually happened. One human being pushed one button that launched one missile into one airplane that exploded and killed 298 people. That is what actually happened. I looked to track down the name of the individual that actually launched the missile, but you can't find it. It isn't anywhere. And you know what? Nobody else is looking for him or her. Because how it is that what fired the missile wasn't a human being, it was a generalization. It was a militant. It was a separatist. It was a Russian, but not a human being. So especially in war, what happens is that individuals are de-individualized and made into generalizations. What gets reported is that what's actually at war is generalization against generalization. America against Russia. Russia against Ukraine. None of that is happening. With everything living in generalization, you never get at the actual what's happening. Since you never get at the actual what's happening, you can never get any real access, no real power, no real in to impact the situation itself. So, did Russia pull the trigger? No. A human being pulled the trigger. Just like it isn't an American that kills a Russian, or a Russian that kills a Ukrainian. It's a man named John who kills a man named Vladimir. In war, that really is what happens.